show. Oh my god.
Hold on. Let me get the app going on my phone. My phone died. Like it crapped out. Well, it like went to sleep because I wasn't doing anything.
God, I'm hoping I can upgrade my iPhone soon. I think I gotta wait another month.
Oh my god.
I got it. That's why I wanted to do that first, because I knew that was going to happen.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so we're good now.
Oh, wait, hold on 1 second here.
Oh, I'm going to hold. Don't you worry, Matt. I'm going to hold forever.
Wait, where am I still hearing it from? Oh, it's my phone.
Oh, okay.
I'm really,
I was like, wait, I hear it too.
I'm really good at this IT stuff here.
Happens.
Okay, all right, I'm ready now.
All right, so, all right, you're good? Is everybody in the live area good?
They just sort of throw their hands up and be like, I don't know.
Maybe. I'll think about it. I can't, you know what? On this stupid app, I can't see how many people are on, though.
Oh, on the actual desktop app?
Yeah.
Oh, that's weird.
That's annoying. All right, well, I'll take your word for it. I can see it on my phone, though, so who gives a shit? Okay. Well, you ready?
Yup.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to this week's episode of the VCR Gaming Podcast. I am one of your hosts, Matt, and seated exactly, Matt, 1,466 miles from the world's largest ball of twine is my other host, Matt. How are you, Matt?
Did you actually Google that?
That is the fastest route to the world's largest ball of twine, Matt, from your actual driveway.
Oh, so you you got my address. And
that's what I was Googling before
That's
we started.
hilarious. So how long would it take me to get there if I drove?
21 hours and 30 minutes.
That's not too bad.
Pretty far, dude.
Well, yeah, it's far as hell, but, you think it'd take you about a day and a half because, you're going to stop to rest and eat and all that.
Yeah, you're not driving 21 and a half hours straight, bro. Fuck that.
My wife would like to think we could, and I'm just like, are you kidding me?
Oh, my God. Dude, like, you get me in the car, like, more than, 30 minutes, and you got to check to make sure I'm not, passed out. I'll forget that I'm driving and shit.
Yeah, I'm still amazed that when I drove up to Georgia by myself that I even made it. And
dude, it is amazing. That's a fucking feat.
And it's not that I ever got tired or sleepy. I was starting to get really bored.
Which in turn would cause, you to fall asleep because there's nothing to do. Yeah, it's pretty bad. You run out of podcasts to listen to, and then you get to the point where you can't focus. Like, you might find podcasts, but you can't focus on them. Like, you don't want to hear it. Like, you don't have attention span left. Yeah.
Oh, or I start listening to hardcore rap, and then, I can only take so much of that, and then just start listening to, hardcore, death metal or something. And then you're just like, okay, I'm tired of that. And you just go on to some Beethoven, and you're like, I feel more enlightened now. And
you start contemplating your actual hard rap career.
Yeah. Dude, I'm sure you were probably the same way. Because not that I did listen to a lot of rap growing up. And
fuck yeah.
And I know your knowledge of the rap game is way more than mine, but I used to be a pretty decent freestylist at one point in my little teenage career.
So how did it go? Was it something like, roses are red, I'll bang you while you're wearing shoes? Is that kind of
No, it's my friends and I would actually have, stupid rap battles. It was, of course, thanks to 8 Mile. After that came out, we'd all try to, rap battle each other and all that. And and I really wish, and I'm also glad that YouTube and all that shit didn't exist back when I was a kid, because you'd be hearing my freestyle raps online somewhere.
I never knew this, Matt. This is complete news to me. So like what? You guys would be like, no, I'm B-Rabbit. No, I'm a BB
Rabbit. No, we wouldn't do that. We would just start spitting rhymes and shit. And
wow, I can't. So you're much deeper into the rap game than I then, because I can't rhyme to save my fucking life.
And I'm almost feeling like you're making it seem like it's bigger than it is. It was all terrible. It's not like none of it was good, but it's just I can remember that because talking about driving down to Georgia or even actually driving back to Florida, just thinking, listening to rap and just thinking all the times, like all the stupid little rap battles we'd get into. And oh God, good times.
That's hilarious. If you held a gun to my head and were like, you got to rhyme, I'm going to give you a word, you got to rhyme it or I'm going to blow your brains out. And they were like, cat, I'd be like, chicken. I can't. So, all right, well, that's cool. I need to hear you spit some freestyle sometime, dude.
No, probably not ever.
I bet you that shit's recorded somewhere.
I don't think it is, honestly. It's
God, I hope so. I will find out.
There's my old buddy Tony may still have recordings of us in our rock band somewhere.
Rock band? Oh shit.
Yeah, because I started a band in high school, and there may still be recordings of that somewhere.
I kicked around the idea of starting a boy band once to get chicks, but you have to be able to sing and dance.
Yeah.
And look good.
Yeah, I was about to say, and be good looking.
Yeah. So kind of struck out on that.
Anyways, how are you doing, my good sir? Haven't seen you in like 5 years.
I know, dude. It's been awesome to not the not seeing you part, but the place where we normally see each other not being there has been great. I'm good, man. I had some good time off. I was off all week. I did actually show up to work on Friday, and I guess I missed you.
Yeah.
But I saw the team, and they were all like trying to talk to me, and I'm like, I'm not even here. I'm not even fucking here.
Yeah, screw that. No, I had to leave early because I was starting to develop a chest cold, and dude, it's feeling better today, but yesterday I made the mistake of just so Zoe and I like to do this thing where whenever we go somewhere and we come home, we like to race to the front door to see who gets there first. And I made the mistake of doing that and almost keeling over and dying yesterday from my stupid chest cold. Just
Don't do that when you're sick, dude. Yeah, that's a terrible idea. I got there pretty late, so I don't know. You couldn't have left that early, to be honest with you.
I think I left around 1 or 2 o'clock, something like that. It was
had to be after 2. Had to be after 2.
Yeah.
True. Anyways.
Yeah, I was feeling pretty bad, but no. So yeah, you've been missing work.
It was pretty awesome, dude. Like, not gonna lie, like the first couple days, like we didn't do anything. It was fucking amazing. Like everything you think it would be, it was. So we did that the first couple days. We went to Disney 2 days in a row. We didn't stay over there, but we did go.
I didn't realize you did 2 days in a row. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, our passes expired yesterday, I think, Saturday. So we were like, oh, let's go do, all of our favorite rides, one last time. So we ended up going back the second day. So we went there 2 days in a row. That was pretty cool. I went to, dude, it was pretty busy, so like I didn't really get to enjoy myself, but we went to a pretty rad birthday party today, which normally you don't say about kid stuff.
Oh yeah.
Have you been to one of these trampoline parks that they got popping up everywhere?
No. What are those?
Dude, it's like a warehouse that they fill with trampolines and air conditioners. And I mean, like the whole thing, as far as the eye can see, is trampolines on the floor, trampolines on the wall, weird. Foam pits. Yeah.
I've been to one similar to that. It's like just all bounce houses everywhere that are like some pretty elaborate bounce houses and whatnot.
We used to have one of those in Wesley Chapel, and it was awesome. In fact, we had one of Aiden's birthday parties, the bounce house ones, and they were the shit, dude. Yeah, but I can't really find any good ones of those anymore. But this place was pretty legit. It was pretty packed. But there's a flaw to this place, Matt, and it hit me like late in our visit to there. So they give you like these socks, right? Like they're like, because obviously they don't want people disgusting bare feet everywhere, which all right, makes sense. And they have like traction on the socks so you don't slip and die.
Yeah.
Here's the problem. I was in the bathroom, right, taking a leak, and I noticed all these kids coming in to do the same, and they're literally that urinal piss puddle in front of the urinal? Yeah, they're stepping all in it in their socks, and then they go back out and jump around everywhere.
Oh, no.
Really fucking grossed out, dude.
Oh, that's so gross.
Yeah. So, like, I want to go back, but, like, I don't want to get piss all over me. So,
and you'd get piss all over you.
Guaranteed there's probably piss on me right now.
Oh, my God. That's gross.
Yeah.
I mean, at least it's sterile.
So, it is when it comes out. unless you have a disease. But being on that floor, I don't know about its sterility.
True.
Is that a word? Did I say that right?
Maybe.
Sterility? I don't know. If not, fuck it. So what? We made it about 6 minutes in today before we started talking about piss. That's got to be a record.
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad.
Yeah. So what else did I do, Matt, while I was off? I got a radar detector, which I told you the other day, and you thought that I got some type of air traffic control equipment, which is cool.
Yeah, I think we talked Friday, and that's when I was feeling pretty shitty, and there was like the first thing that popped in my mind, like, why did you get some like FCC aircraft detector or something?
That would be the absolute shit if that was
or
for real.
FAA, I should say, not FCC.
FAA.
Yeah.
I'm sure still regulated by the FCC, but no, none of that. I'm not tracking planes, guys. It's the thing that lets you see police radar, speed trap, shit like that. I've been wanting for a long time, and I finally got it.
I remember those. I'm sure they're way better than they were 10 years ago by now.
Depending on which one you had, there's one that's called the Valentine one that's been out for almost 30 years, and it's still the industry standard.
I don't remember which one I had. I just remember it wasn't the top tier one. I think it was like the one right below, which I can't even tell you what name it was, but it worked. It saved my ass a couple times.
They work. Like some people, they're like, oh, that's bullshit, or it's voodoo, or whatever. Like, no, it's fucking science. Like they're shooting sound waves like sonar to see how fast you're going, and you can get a device that has an antenna to listen to that shit. And believe me, you will know. Dude, we tracked a state trooper on I-4 about a mile away. It was going off.
Oh wow!
Like in heavy ass traffic. Yeah, so it works. So anyway, so I'm pretty stoked. I'm nerding the fuck out over that. My wife has had enough, I'm sure, of me talking about that shit. But I suppose that's about it that's been going on, Matt. I've just been chilling, playing a lot of games. We'll get into that. I got some pickups and shit. I'll talk about that when that time comes. Oh, and I am drinking a Dunkin' Donuts iced coffee, and I got a water bottle over here. What you up to, Matt?
Sweet. I'm drinking a Great Value purified water.
Oh, no more spring water, no more dirt water.
No.
Nice.
Oh God, I'm so tired of it. I need that minerals and all those cancer cells in my water.
If it ain't got cancer in it, it don't taste right.
Exactly. So this weekend, Friday, I just really took it easy, and then was it Saturday? The kids and I were bored, and I took them out to Stop and Play. In the afternoon, and they loved it. They had a lot of fun, got some little toys and prizes. Then we went to a new comic shop that's over by Gulfview Mall that opened up, and
I had no idea.
Yeah, I don't know how long they've been there, but I went there, and there's only one comic series that I'm even reading right now that's current. It's a crossover between Batman and Ninja Turtles. I think I've talked about it before.
You brought it up, yeah.
And I just got 2 new issues for it, and the kids wanted some comics, so I got them some comics, and we went out to eat at a Chinese restaurant and came home, played some D&D, and that was pretty much it for my Saturday. I really took it easy because, like I mentioned earlier, I ran to the door, and I'm just like, oh God, I'm going to die.
Was your daughter like, Daddy, do I need to call 911?
No, my wife was just like, holy crap, are you okay? I'm like, yeah. You know what I mean? It's like when you get that chest cold and you can't stop coughing and shit. And
yeah.
So
the fucking fluid, bro. The fluid buildup.
Yeah, it was bad. But as far as I didn't get to do any yard work because my wife forbade it and probably for good reason too, because if I started exerting myself, I'd probably just fall.
She wants a living husband. Is that what you're saying?
I guess. I mean,
so you're in good with her right now then, because normally we're not even worth as much alive as we are dead. So.
Yeah, dude, I'm worth so much dead.
I know, it's scary. We might need to look into rolling that back a little bit, Matt.
I know, right? Shit.
So your husband used to have a substantial life insurance policy. Unfortunately, now we're going to leave you with this $20 money order.
Yeah. Yeah, so other than that, just been today's just been pretty chill. Dude, watching so much Dragon Ball Z right now. Oh my God, I'm addicted to it. Goku just landed on Namek and is kicking everybody's fucking ass, and I love it.
I need to subscribe to that shit, man.
Oh, dude,
I still have it
it's
pulled
so
up from
worth
last
it.
week.
It's
Yeah.
$6 a month.
I know.
It's so cheap. I mean,
Do they have an app?
Yeah, they've got an iOS app, Android app. Watch it on your computer. I think you get up to like 2 or 3 devices at once, I think.
Ooh, because one of the things that's been stopping me from watching Dragon Ball lately is because I believe it was you. Was it you that gave me the entire collection, or no? It was Josh. He gave it to me all.
But he got it from me. I gave him that.
So ultimately from you. I mean, from the legal download place.
Yes.
And I don't have an easy way to watch it on my TV, so that app is really cool. That's a good idea.
Yeah. And, it's on PS4 as well.
Oh shit!
Yeah. So so that makes it even better. But yeah, just been watching a lot of that. They just had the last episode of Dragon Ball Super this weekend, and
heard that.
Holy shit, it was so good. But it's also so sad.
I saw somebody say, well, no spoilers, Matt. I heard somebody say, or I read something where it was like the final episode of Dragon Ball Super aired, but then it said like for now. Is there talk of more?
Well, they at the end of the episode, and this isn't a spoiler, they just had a narrator talking about, basically stating like, hey, this is the end for now. We may come back, and all that stuff.
Gotcha. Okay.
So I'm hoping that's the case because, I mean, with the way it ended, there's just so much more they can do with the story as well, too. So just have to wait and see.
Gotcha. Okay. Shit.
No, but that's pretty much it for me. Do we want to get into what games we've been playing?
We totally can. In fact, I'm going to add one that I forgot about right now. It's something I've talked about before. But you want to go first? You want me to go?
Sure. Some of my games are going to... Like 2 of my games aren't going to be very long. I'm still playing World of Warcraft. Got my wife and I have been playing a shit ton of WoW lately, and we've been leveling characters, and it's we're just going on strong still. So that's been fun. Played a little bit of Call of Duty this past week, and it's same thing, just fun, just pick it up and shoot, kill people. That's about it. And do you know what level you are, or how far you've gotten, or any cool unlocks have happened? Not really. No cool unlocks. I mean, I'm only level 24, so like I haven't been playing that much this past week. It's been a really busy week for me work-wise, as you know. So
oh sure.
So I haven't really been gaming that much. I've been playing some WoW, but not a whole lot.
Gotcha. But
then the next game I've been playing is Magic Arena. And yes, it is a Magic the Gathering game, but it is now, I think I may have mentioned it before in the podcast. It's Magic Arena is Magic's attempt at trying to be like Hearthstone and Eternal and Pokemon Online.
I mean, business sense, it makes sense for them to do something like that. And honestly, I'm surprised it took this long.
Well, they've had other games that are similar to this that they tried to pull off that are Hearthstone-esque, but it was always playing Magic Light because you couldn't build a deck the same way you could on paper.
Gotcha.
That they would have a lot of limitations, and they wouldn't always print every card in a set when they had these games. So Magic Arena is trying to do away with all that, where you're playing real Magic. You can play the same deck rules and no limitations. But I mean, this is beta, so a lot of things will change. The one thing that I've definitely found, and I played some Thursday night, but I played a lot last night. I played for maybe 4 to 5 hours last night. And I got to say, there's a lot of things they need to fix in terms of the economy, in terms of getting collections. So basically the only way you can get a collection now, like getting new cards, is you either grind matches by winning or doing quests by saying, hey, play 15 red cards, get some gold, buy a pack. Hopefully you get the cards you need, and rinse and repeat. So and you can't exactly buy singles that you need for a deck. You have to.
And is there like no trading or anything either?
No.
Like it's just buy from them, like buy a pack from them, and you get what you get.
Yeah. So you can buy packs from them in in-game currency, or you can I guess spend real money to get packs. I don't know how much it would be for real money. They haven't released that yet. And but they also do have another thing. If you go on the arena beta, there's a section that says redeem code, and I'm really hoping it's similar to something like Pokemon Online, where say you buy a real booster pack, it'll give you a little code to put into the game. Which
they would be smart to do that, absolutely. Yeah,
it would be so much better for them if they did that, because
it would help both sides, really.
Oh yeah,
you know,
for sure. I do have some complaints about the actual gameplay. I feel like I understand they want to try to make games faster and smoother, because let's be honest, a typical game of Magic isn't the easiest game to watch for like a viewer, so to say. It's kind of hard to understand what's exactly going on, but I do feel like when I'm playing and there's certain interactions with cards, it happens way too fast to where even me, myself, a veteran Magic player, get lost and wait, what the hell just happened? You know, how is it going to be for, you know, a brand new casual player who's never played Magic and they're confused as hell? You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's one of the things like those other games like Hearthstone and all that do, is they can bring in the people that may not have played it before, and they can kind of get just what's going on. So I could see that could be a problem. So like there's no like, I know you couldn't really have like a virtual like announcer or anything, but there's no like pop-ups that say like what just happened or what's going on or anything like that.
No, they don't have like a history of what just happened in a turn, where Hearthstone kind of has something like that. And the Magic
Online,
it's not
as needed though with Hearthstone, right? Like it's not.
Sometimes it is, because maybe you looked away for a second and you look at your board in Hearthstone and all your creatures are gone. You can see what was played and be like, oh, okay, and you can kind of react from there.
Gotcha. Okay.
So that's one complaint. The other complaint is it's really easy to misclick in the game. There were times where I meant to do something with my cards and I clicked the wrong button, and then I lost the game where I could have won. And I'm just like, okay, that's annoying. Another
that's bullshit. Yeah.
Yeah. Probably one of my biggest complaints is, it's sometimes hard to tell whose turn it is, because in a game like Magic where you can interact with your opponent on their turn, sometimes you need to do something on their turn, or you do something at the end of their turn. So what I notice is when you go to each other's end turn step, you don't see whose turn it is at that point. And that's important, because I may have something to do at the end of my turn or your turn, but if I don't know whose turn it is, I may not want to do it. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
So that's another complaint. But other than that, because I've been in the closed beta since November, I was under an NDA where I couldn't talk about it at all or anything. So the game has come a long way from November, and it's definitely looking a lot more polished than it was. I think it has potential to do really well. I think they need to fix some of the economy aspects, and I'm really hoping they elaborate more on how to get cards easier. I mean, I'm not just asking for them, hey, give me all the cards. You know what I mean?
Well, this kind of keeps it somewhat level playing field though too, right? Like there's no way with somebody currently to come in and boss their way in and just buy up the good shit. Like
not yet, but it's so. Let me give you an example. When the closed or open beta, whatever it is, or the NDA was lifted Thursday night, I started playing, and I played for maybe about an hour, and all my decks were complete crap because they wiped all my cards from the previous beta test.
Makes sense.
So, and everybody started on even playing field. So played about an hour. I was winning almost every single game I played. And then I log off, come back in 2 to 3 hours later. And it's like I'm playing against people that have really good cards. And I'm just thinking to myself, how the fuck did they get them so fast?
In 3 hours.
Yeah. And I'm already getting steamrolled. But I think it's starting to level out now, because when I play now, I feel it's on a more even playing field now that I've unlocked more cards. The only thing I do now, I mean, it's a beta test, and I don't care about my ladder rank or anything like that, is whenever I go up against a control deck, which is basically, they counter and kill everything, I'm just like, I'm just going to insta quit. I don't give a shit.
Insta quit.
Well, I'm not going to spend 25 minutes playing a game when I'm just like, I can play a quicker game and be able to, unlock cards faster that way.
Gotcha. True.
So,
no, I mean, that makes sense, dude. Might as well take the loss, take the L,
Yeah, because
move on.
But other than that, like I said, I think it has a lot of potential. I'm definitely going to be playing more of it. It's just, I'm hoping we hear from Wizards in the next week or two about some changes to the economy, because right now it's the only way you're going to get a collection right now without knowing how much packs are going to cost is by grinding a lot. And I mean a lot of grinding, and a lot of people like you and me, we don't have time for that.
Absolutely not. I mean, maybe in traffic.
Yeah.
But that's not smart, Speaking of that, actually, what platforms is this on? Is it just PC? Is there an app?
It's just PC for right now. And when they finally release it, I think it's going to be on PC and Mac, and then they're focused on the computer or basically the computer app first, and then they're going to be moving it to mobile after that. So probably expecting an iPad, iPhone maybe next year. Something like that.
Yeah, I mean, there's no way it's not. It's gonna go to mobile. Everything goes to fucking mobile, which we're about to talk about.
Yeah, they would be dumb not to go to mobile.
Yeah.
I mean, I hope they're smarter than that. I know that they've said their plans are to go to mobile, but for right now, they're focusing on the computer, the PC right now, PC market.
That's refreshing to hear something that is somewhat major. Being developed for PC first, because PC is such an afterthought nowadays, with a lot of shit. And a lot of people complain about that, like Grand Theft Auto, when it came out, they were like, oh, it'll be years before it's on PC, And
it was a while before it came on PC too.
Oh yeah, it was quite a while. I mean, Final Fantasy 15 just came out on PC, PC does get the shaft, so it's kind of cool to hear somebody's actually kind of focusing on that,
Oh yeah, for sure. So, do you want me to talk about the next game, or do you want to wait for both of us to talk about it?
Let's talk about it together. Let me talk about the games I'm playing, and then we'll jump into that. Yeah, because there's things to be said for sure. So I've played a couple of things. Let me do my pickups super quick, because one of them is one of the games that I've been playing. So I picked up an Xbox Kinect, a Kinect for my Xbox. Yeah. Because my son Aiden, he's been into streaming. He likes to stream a little bit on Twitch, him and his little buddies and stuff like that. So it just sucks because I don't have a webcam on my gaming PC. I do on like both of the Macs in the house, and the only thing we can really play on those is Diablo 3. So he had kind of gotten out of streaming because there's only so much Diablo 3 he can play.
Yeah.
So I was like, wait a minute, they make a camera for the Xbox, and that's primarily what he plays on anyways, and all of his buddies and stuff when they play. So I was like, shit, they can't give away, Kinects, like nobody wanted them, that was like a whole big thing when it came out. So I called around and I found a game shop, and I got one for like, I don't know, like $20. And so I got an Xbox Kinect. Matt, it's actually pretty fucking cool. Scary, but cool. It's like having a... Well, you like Cortana in Windows. Like, it is Cortana. In fact, I got to be careful because it's going to wake the Xbox up. But you can talk to it like at any time.
How much was it? How much did you pay for
$20. I got it for like $20.
Damn,
20-something bucks.
Weren't they going for like over $100 at launch or something?
Yeah, so they drove the cost up over an extra $100 for the console if you wanted it at launch. Remember they were trying to force everybody to have one?
Yeah, that's right. They were, weren't they?
Yeah, and then they changed their mind on that, and not everybody got one. And honestly, like, I still maintain you don't need one. But if you have the use for a camera for something, it's a pretty fucking cool device. Dude, like, he was streaming and he was like, obviously it takes a picture of like it sees the whole room, but you can go into the Twitch app on Xbox and tell it to follow, like to zoom, and it finds the person and it follows them around. So like he can move wherever he wants and it tracks him. Like, it's a pretty powerful little device. It's cool tech. Like, you don't need it, but if you had a need for a camera, that thing is fucking cool.
That is cool.
Yeah, and again, you get the ability to talk to your Xbox and everything, which is kind of neat. It is always listening, though. I don't like that.
So let me ask you this, because I remember the Kinect was such a huge thing with the 360, and they had some Kinect games with it. Do they still do Kinect games with the Xbox One?
So there are Xbox One Kinect games, sure. To what extent they're developing them, probably not very much at all, because it was a flop, right, in this generation. Like, nobody wants one. In fact, if you have an Xbox One S or One X, they wouldn't even accept it. There's like an adapter you have to buy, and nobody was buying them. So get this is actually something fucked up. That adapter, they stopped making it so quick to adapt the Kinect to the newer style Xboxes. That shit now goes for like $100 to $200 on eBay because it's rare and the collectors have gobbled them all up. Like,
wow.
Really, guys? Like, we're taking Xbox Kinect adapters and driving the price up, like, for real?
Well,
like,
any way to get some money.
I guess. So to answer your question is, I doubt they're doing Ooh, I can see you better, Matt. That's nice.
I didn't realize my camera was looking all the way up.
It was all the way up, and it made your face dark. I could barely see you. So like are they developing games for the Kinect? I don't think so. I think like the Just Dances and stuff come out, but truthfully, you don't need a camera to track you. I hear that's the best way to play that game because it does actually track yourself.
Yeah, it is the best way to play it.
Yeah, because like we had it for like the Wii, and I remember like watching the kids, and like you could kind of just get away with like violently shaking the remote.
Yeah.
And it would like say you were hitting the moves. So I don't know, and I might grab some Kinect games if they're cheap and I see them just to try them because I never played it. Did you play it on 360 at all ever?
Nope, never played a Kinect. I don't even know how to use one at all.
Yeah, this is my first foray too. As you guys know, Matt and I are very much PlayStation and Nintendo whores. So this is new territory for us. So
I'll probably never have one either. So.
Ooh, damn! I know. Fucking shots
fired. Shade at Microsoft. I'm looking right at you, Bill Gates.
As you strictly game on your fucking gaming PC running Windows.
Shh, he doesn't need to know that.
He's got everybody.
I know. Worse than Facebook, he's got everybody.
Yeah. Oh, dude, Facebook's in some shit right now. Anyways.
Oh yeah.
Did you see that fucking Elon deleted his deactivated the SpaceX and the Tesla accounts?
That was hilarious. So glad.
Crazy.
If I didn't have all these podcasts and shit like that, I would have deleted Facebook by now.
Dude, Facebook is my least favorite of them all. I like it. Like as a user, I like it the most. Like I can I don't know, there's better content on there and less crap. If you set it up right. But like as a content creator, it sucks. Like you can't just put a post out like on like the VCR Gaming page. Like you can't just put a post out and expect it's going to hit everybody that or that follows it. No, they want you to pay, and pay I have. You've probably seen the sponsored ads for fucking VCR Gaming, and that's because if you want to reach everybody, you got to pay. And I think that's complete fucking bullshit on a social media app. Like they're making tons of money by selling off all of our fucking data. They don't need to hit us too, just so we can tell our followers that we have a new episode
out. Yeah, they
out.
can. Yeah, because it's Facebook.
Anyways, fuck, anyway, so Facebook is my least favorite. If Facebook goes downhill, I would survive. Like it's okay. There's better shit out there. Anyways, the Kinect. So I got a Kinect. Check it out. I've been tweeting too when my son goes live. If you guys want to watch him, and it's the little kids will blow your mind. That's all I can say. Just watch it. It's kind of interesting.
I've only seen him stream Diablo 3 one time, and he was just going a little crazy,
doing kid shit. Yeah. I know. But he did do some Minecraft and Minecraft story mode now that we've got the Kinect hooked up. So
that's cool.
Check him out. Yeah, check him out. Check him out. It's on the Killabees Twitch. KILLABEEZZ. So what else did I get, Matt? I picked out. Aiden picked up Fallout 4 for the Xbox. We already have it on the PlayStation, but he wanted to be able to do mods and play at the same time as he's talking with his uncle. So it was like $15 or something. So we picked up Fallout 4 again, but whatever. The other thing I got, Matt, is Thunder Force 2 on the Genesis.
Thunder Force 2. That sounds really familiar. Why?
The Thunder Force series is a very popular shooter. Shoot 'em up.
Is that one of the ones that I played? at your house, like Thunder Force 1?
So we played Lightning Force.
Oh, that's right.
Which is actually Thunder Force 4 is what it really is, but they named it something different over here and they spelled it wrong. So it's Lightning Force on the Genesis.
I don't see any problem.
No, which is actually probably the pinnacle of that series, by the way. That game is really fucking good. It's hard, but it's
hard.
Good.
Oh man.
It is. You can get it though. Like you can through repetition, you can definitely it's beatable. I've almost beaten the game, and Matt, I mean, I'm not the best at really any video game, so it can be done. But so I picked up Thunder Force 2. I saw it sitting there. They had 2 copies of it when I was picking up the Kinect.
Yeah.
And it was like $12. I'm like, shit, a shoot 'em up for fucking Genesis that's part of the Thunder Force series for $12. I grabbed it. It's really interesting. This one it's a mix between like a top-down view that you can kind of go anywhere you want and side-scrolling shoot 'em up, which is really weird because normally they're usually one or the other. And a lot of people hate this fucking game because of the top-down view, there's no real clear objective or direction or what you should do or where you should go. So a lot of people, they discredit it for that. But I have happened to actually, I watch a show on YouTube. It's called, brain fart, GameSack. Sorry. It's like my favorite. It's like my favorite YouTube channel, actually. And they did a stream a while back where he actually played through a bunch of these Thunder Forces. So I actually already kind of knew what I needed to do. So kind of cheating, but it helped because now I can enjoy the game. Like I know where to go on these top-down levels. So it makes it easy, and it's actually pretty fucking fun. And the side-scrolling levels are phenomenal. The graphics are really good, especially considering, Matt, this was one of the first games developed for the Genesis.
Oh, wow.
Not just that it came out early on in its life. It's actually one of the first games that was developed for the Genesis. Yeah, It is an arcade port, but it had to be developed from scratch for the Genesis. So
interesting.
For that, like if you go and play that and you look at, because it came out in 89. So if you look out what was out for shooters on the NES at the time, and then this shit that came out on the Genesis, it's not even close. It's mind blowing. So, if you can get over the top down shooter levels, they alternate. So like you'll do a top down and then you'll do a side, and then you do a top down and then you'll do a side. If you are okay with dealing with those, it's a great shooter. Something interesting, the lives and the weapons that you collect stay with each type of level. So level 1 is top down and you end with whatever weapon upgrades or whatever.
Oh, nice.
And however many lives. Now you go to the side scroller, you have nothing. When you come back to the next top down, it's where you left off. So cool in that aspect.
That is
bad in the fact that if you die, you lose all of your upgrades.
So just don't die.
Good fucking luck, man.
Yeah, just don't be bad at the game.
If you can hang in there long enough, there are things to protect you. There's shields, there's like temporary invincibility. Like there is shit to protect you, but man, it's brutal. Like you're gonna die. But it does throw a lot of upgrades at you throughout it, so like you're not completely screwed if you miss one or the other. Kind of like how Gradius does it, like where it makes you like earn points and then buy what you want to unlock.
Yeah.
That's way too that takes too long to get to certain upgrades and shit. This game is just like, here's this upgrade, here's this upgrade, here's just get it and use it and fuck with it, and you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
I like that a little bit better. I mean, I love Gradius, but this is a little bit better.
You still need to play UN Squadron on Super Nintendo.
I do. I really fucking do. In fact, this Thunder Force game has like a jet on the cartridge, and it made me think of that immediately. And I looked for it. He didn't have a copy in the store.
Yeah,
you're right. I do need to play it.
That is a hard game.
It looks hard as shit. We talked about it on a previous episode and like watched gameplay and stuff, but it looks cool as shit. And it's a 16-bit shoot 'em up. So what's not to like, really?
I think I need to pick up some shoot 'em ups for Genesis. My Genesis, I barely touch it now unless I'm playing Sonic or Vector Man.
Dude, shoot 'em ups are. It's not like it's known for those, but it does have like quite a lot of them, and
Some
a lot
good
of them
ones.
are cheap. And a lot of them are cheap too. That's the thing. Like the shoot 'em up thing has become like this genre they didn't always sell well, so there's not a lot of them out there, and now everybody wants them, so they're expensive as fuck. But I'm picking them up left and right on the Genesis cheaper than like the co-op beat 'em up games, which also is really good on the Genesis too.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're into like couch co-op beat 'em ups and shmups, the Genesis is definitely where it's at, especially in the affordability category.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So yeah. So anyway, so Thunder Force 2, I can get to I've almost beaten the 5th level, which is the 3rd above view level. I've almost beaten it. I actually know how. It's just super fucking hard. I don't know how many there are, but I'm getting pretty far in it. I played it quite a bit. It's one of those repetition games, man.
Yeah.
It gives you a lot of continues. I think you get like 6 continues. So, that's not terrible in a game like that. It's quite a bit. You don't have, you get a good shot at keep trying and things like that. But yeah, Thunder Force, check it out. It's cheap. That's the cool thing. It's a pretty good shmup for cheap on the Genesis. So
that's awesome.
I played one other game that we didn't both play, Matt. Well, I played 2. I played Fortnite on the PC, but there's really nothing new to talk about there. It runs it at like pretty 90 frames a second on my PC with mediocre shit. I played Super Metroid. I went back to that on the SNES Classic. That's a game you helped me kind of get through. You were my YouTube, if you will.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. How far are you at now?
Dude, fuck the water level.
Yup, fuck it. That's where I quit too, because I'm just like, and I know I'm like halfway through, but I'm just like, I don't feel like doing this shit.
Bro, the most depressing thing happened. So I played that thing for like 2 hours straight, right? And I just can't figure out where the fuck to go, whatever. I'm like, no. Fuck this. I'm going on YouTube. I'm at least going to get a hint. So I watch a YouTube video. It's like 10 minutes long, and he gets to basically where I've already been. Except one thing, I missed a map, one of the little map things you put your Metroid arm into, your Samus arm into, and it gives you the map. Wow, that was depressing. I haven't been to like even half of that fucking water area.
Yep.
And so I spent like the next hour trying to get into those blue sections of the map that I haven't seen yet, and I fucking can't. Like, I'm gonna have to cheat. Not cheat like cheat code or anything. Like, I'm gonna have to watch video on it. Like, I really am, and learn how to do it, because I am fucking stuck, dude.
I mean, at least that when you beat the water level, you only have one more boss, and it's Ridley. Well then Mother Brain at the end, but it's at least getting to Ridley is a lot easier and won't take as long as that water level does.
This is, just to refresh everybody, this is the first time I've played through this game. I didn't play it back in there. I mean, I saw it and I did play it. I think I rented it, but like I never really like played it. And this is the first time. And it's one of the things, like, I feel like I should have finished the game to be a real gamer, Matt, and I can't get past this fucking water level, dude.
Well, you'll get it done eventually.
Dude, that's why I stopped playing it before, is because I just was like stuck. And I was like, fuck this, tonight's the night. And I fired that shit up, and Matt, I spent 3-4 hours into that shit, and I am not any further.
Just like, nope, I'm done. Nope, I know what you mean, man.
I opened up an extra save point, and I got the map unlocked. In 4 hours, that's what I accomplished playing that.
Sounds about right.
When I finally get through it, I think I'll start enjoying the game again. But yeah, so the next thing that we both played, Matt, and this is quite topical of us and not very retro of us, but fits in the C portion of VCR current, is Fortnite for iOS or mobile, rather, because I think it's on Android too. But we played it the iOS variant, regardless whether it is or on Android. Wow, where to begin with that pile of shit?
My biggest complaint,
the shit box controls, or the frame rate that dips, or the battery that it kills. Like, where should we start?
I think my biggest complaint with the game, I can get over the controls. I mean, if I were really into Fortnite, I could eventually get over the controls with it. My biggest thing is, and it's something that's really important with Battle Royale games, and I don't know if it's because I'm on an iPhone 7 Plus, it's the view distance, the rendering is shit on the game. And I mean that by, because PUBG, for example, when you're coming up on a town, or even Fortnite, you want to be able to look ahead and see if there's anyone there, right? Or ahead. And with Fortnite, for at least me personally, is it's very difficult to tell if there's someone up ahead because it's so small.
So, the phone is partially to blame. Being on the 7, is partially to blame. Are you getting like a lot of like chunk loading too, like in the distance? Shit is just appearing. Like
yeah, I do get that.
That's partially the phone too. See, this is one of those things where they'll let you go back as far as the 6S on the iPhone stuff. And guys, I'm sorry, I'm not super versed in the Android stuff. I understand it exists, but like, I honest to God, I really only know the Samsung stuff when it comes to Android. So like, I can't tell you like how far back it goes in overall Android, but I know it goes a couple gens back as well.
Yeah.
So I watched a video where he compared between the 6S, the 7, and the 10. And this game was really meant for the 10, for the latest shit. I'm not saying it's good, and the draw distance is still a problem, but boy, they take a lot of shit out, and they make the game a lot harder to play the further back you go. Like, some stuff is like shit you could do without that doesn't matter, like the grass like goes away if you play on a 6S. Like there's no grass anymore, you know, whatever, who gives a shit, you know what I mean? Like that doesn't really change anything. But like the draw distance or the fog and shit like that becomes an issue. And it's like, you can't put all these people in the same fucking game. You know what I mean? Like it's not fair. And then like here's another thing that's not fair. I mean, it works good in my favor, but it's certainly, I would be pissed off if I was on the other end. Playing on the 10, you have a much wider field of vision. It's almost 21.9 spec. Yeah, because the phone's really weird and long, and it takes up the whole thing.
That's true. Yeah, you're right.
So you have an advantage over the others not playing. They're playing the almost 16.9 spec of the regular phone layout. So that's not fair. Now, here's where it flips. Have you played with somebody that was playing on a fucking console or PC yet in a phone game?
Well, to be honest, I only played one game, and as soon as I died, I'm just like, I played for maybe 10, 15 minutes, and I'm like, I'm done. I don't need to play this again.
Dude, I did. Here's how you know. When you come up on somebody that you're playing in a strictly mobile with, it takes you both a little while to get on target. Like, you both have, like, a standoff.
Oh, yeah.
Either one of you moves.
Yeah.
Like, normally when you play a shooter, like, you're moving around while you're gathering your aim. Mm-hmm. No. You both will stop moving, and then you'll like take a shot and it'll miss. They'll take a shot and it'll miss. It's like super slow because you're trying to get your aim right because you're on touchscreen.
Yeah.
Or you come across a dude that's jumping, running circles around you, and fucking headshots you immediately. And then you check and you realize, he was probably on a console or a PC. So the way it works is that you can play, like you go into lobbies. You can go into a PC lobby, but they can't come into mobile. So it will fill you if it's having a hard time finding enough mobile players, or it can't, it will put you in with a PC or a console. Or if you play with somebody that's playing on a console, you can join them. Yeah.
Why?
Which is cool, but the touchscreen shit isn't exactly fair. And
that
again, you
terrible.
can tell the difference. You get murked like you were playing on a console or a PC. You know you weren't playing against somebody on touchscreen, and they don't have support for Bluetooth controllers yet, so it's only touchscreen on mobile. So,
oh my god, I didn't realize it was that bad. Holy shit!
I think it's a money grab, dude. At this point, like I really do. I think it's kind of like it's half cooked idea. Like it's more like, well, it can be done.
I mean, to play devil's advocate, it is a neat idea that they did this, but I feel like it's being poorly implemented, though.
Very. I think they were trying to rush because PUBG went to mobile so fast. I think they were trying to...
Yeah, which I haven't even tried that. I have it downloaded, but I haven't even attempted to load it or try it or anything.
After playing Fortnite on mobile, I don't think I'm going to bother. I don't see how it could be any different of an experience. I mean, I know that's not a fair way to look at things, and I'm sure I'll end up playing it, but like, I don't have any desire to play a fucking
You made me play Mighty Number 9.
Okay, all right. Well, maybe let's play it and talk about it next week.
Let's do that. And I will try my best to at least attempt Fortnite Mobile again, just so I have more than one game under my belt too.
We should play together too, so we can duo up and maybe last a little longer too.
Maybe I'll put it on my iPad. Maybe that'll be better there.
That would be fucking cool.
Yeah, I think I'll do that because it's already installed on my iPad since it's linked with my account anyway. So maybe I'll just attempt to try. I don't know. I feel like I'm still gonna have a shit experience, but you never know. Maybe it'd be less crappier.
I don't know, man. I think that it's not super fair how they. I mean, it's just not like you shouldn't be. I mean, I know they want the most amount of people to play it, but you shouldn't. Something that's made for the absolute latest tech should not be on like 2 and 3 generation old shit too. I'm sorry. I know you're probably alienating some of your customers.
Yeah.
But it doesn't. It's not fair to them. You know what I mean? Like it's not. I don't know. The other thing too, Matt, how bad you played for like 10 or 15 minutes? Did you notice a significant drop in your battery?
Honestly, I didn't pay attention, to be honest.
Oh, dude. It's next time you play, watch.
Yeah.
My phone got so fucking hot and the battery, like you literally like I checked after one game and couldn't notice how fucking far down the battery meter went.
Yeah, I'll have to pay attention that next time. It's I'm sure on the iPhone 7 it's worse than the 10. So
they're saying that they don't really give a shit about well, they're not saying, but people are speculating they don't really give a shit about the battery life, that they're more like, will it last like a 90-minute bus ride, like, you know, on the way to or from somewhere, is more what they're worried about.
Yeah.
Like that's when they think they're going to capture mobile players. So, which makes sense. But I don't like driving somewhere when my phone is dead though either. You know what I mean? He is dying because of his chest.
God.
He's got the black lung pop.
Yeah, I got the black lung. No, it's not as bad today, but yeah, just like now, just all of a sudden just pops up. Oh God, it sucks.
Yeah, you made it pretty far without dying so far on the show. So
yeah,
not too bad.
Yeah, not too bad.
I left out. I played more Gamer Monopoly. We had Melissa's brother was here, and all of us, we played a 4-player game of that.
I need to. We haven't played that in a few weeks. It's we just haven't really been into board gaming. It's been the kids and I have been playing D&D, and the wife and I have been playing WoW, and that's pretty much it as far as like what we've been playing together.
Nah, I hear you. You know, that's one of those games too that when you come back to it, it's kind of cool to like leave for a little while because we haven't played it in quite a while either. It was kind of nice.
Well, we just got someone in chat, Linksa, I guess I'm saying it. Nah, I feel like the mobile players, they are planning on catching as kids with their parents' old phone and free games. And plus, the thing to mention with that is kids can beg their parents for, you know, the cosmetic shit too. And it's a good way for
spending
them
that money.
Yeah.
And they will too, yeah.
Because you got to remember, we're old. We're not the target market anymore. We're not the target demographic.
But I want to be, Matt. I don't like not being the target demographic anymore.
Nope.
We were Nintendo's demographic for the Switch, actually, which is kind of cool.
That is true to a point. But yeah, we're just not the target demographic for these battle royale games, and I think that's probably why you and I just can't get into them that much. They're really popular with the youngins, but they're just, you know,
the jits are deep into the mobile stuff and the paying and the Fortnite and all that, which actually we have a news topic. I'll go ahead and bring it up now. Speaking of the kids playing Fortnite on their mobile and them being the target demographic, which Link, you are hitting the nail on the head there. Matt, did you see that it's screwing up the Wi-Fi at schools since it's been out on mobile?
Yeah, I saw that. I wonder if I got to do the same thing at work, block Fortnite from at work.
Don't you dare.
Oh, I'm going to.
So, you know, they say they have rules against cell phones and stuff, but let's be honest, you know, kids are going to do that. Now, I can't believe that they'd even be able to use the Wi-Fi at school for this anyways in the first place. I mean, isn't that shit locked down, or have they opened it up recently?
I guess it really depends on what kind of access points they're using, because they can lock down internet, but just like some of the stuff I commonly come across on our firewall at work is I can blacklist, you know, specific, you know, URLs and all that, but a lot of them may use different, you know, sub URLs and all that, that's where content application blocking comes into play, where you're actually blocking anything related to Fortnite, or because one of the things that, you know, I have blocked at work is Facebook, and I can't just simply ban Facebook.com. I have to block everything related to Facebook under the sun to block.
Right, because they might be using pseudo URLs and shit to get through and stuff. Yeah. I just remember though, like I guess what my thinking is, Matt, is that I just remember even when we first got Wi-Fi at school, which happened, believe it or not, in my school when I was there fucking forever ago in high school. Even then, that shit was locked the fuck down. Like, they barely knew what Wi-Fi was. I mean, not like you get it on your own device, but you could with a school computer, and that shit was locked down back then. So I just find it hard to believe that Fortnite is, you can run it. I guess maybe they have shitty net admins and stuff too. I mean, I don't know.
That's what I'm guessing, because Lynx is saying kids are like top notch at internet traffic rerouting nowadays. Now, it's more like, probably, as we say, bad net admins and bad IT people just not blocking proxies and just locking down their stuff. And you also got to think about it. Most schools are county owned, or run by the county, and then you
government.
got government IT people who probably don't get paid anything. You think they really care most of the time, dude?
That's a great point.
Have you ever? And granted, it's different state by state and county by county. Have you ever been and seen like county IT, how they operate?
No, I haven't seen it, but
it's bad. Some of them are bad.
I believe it. I mean, they don't want to spend money on anything, which, that's fine. I can tell you this, and I think I've said it on the podcast before, but like I used to try to get a job in the IT department for the sheriff's office where I live, because I thought it'd be cool. They want like the amount of certifications and degrees that they want for like a junior net admin. Like all the shit they list would get in outside of like a government job, you would be like well into six figures what you could demand for your career. And they're like, oh, we pay 45.
A sheriff's department, their IT would run very differently compared to a school. They would need to be a lot more locked down and secure compared to a school.
You think they would? They're not actually.
It really depends on what county, though, because I know some like Hillsborough County, they take their shit seriously in terms of IT.
I mean, maybe I can tell you in Pasco County, it's actually part of all like the same county infrastructure. Now, granted, it's they have like the sheriff's department has different needs and shit like that, and they do have people that handle theirs, but it's kind of handled similarly, at least in that instance. But
well, think of it this way: the county barely pays teachers. You think they're gonna pay IT people that work at schools enough money to?
No, definitely not, man. Definitely not.
And they're always gonna be. And the common story I hear all the time is they are constantly understaffed for county IT for schools at least.
I don't know, man. The only government, I use that term sort of loosely. I mean, I guess it's federal government at this point we're talking about. The only government thing that I know pays fairly for IT, but you'll never get a job in, is the VA. Unless you're a veteran. If you're a veteran and you want to do IT, you should pursue the VA.
Government contracts too, like working at military bases. If you can get the top secret clearance.
That's the catch though. To get top secret clearance, you have to be sponsored for it, and it's expensive.
And as soon as they look at my background, they'll be like, wait. Your last name, it's from Russia? No.
Get your commie ass out of here.
Get your Putin loving ass out of here. You're a commie spy, dude. So just going off on a little tangent about politics lately, like how everybody's hating on Russia and all that. I feel like we're almost in the McCarthy era again, where we're going to have a blacklist for communists, or I don't know. But I don't even want to get into that, but it was just kind of funny just thinking of that.
It's definitely headed that route, man. But we try to stay not political here on this podcast, guys. You guys get enough of that shit everywhere else.
Except for me, because I'm a communist, apparently.
You fucking hating cheese motherfucker.
It is true.
It is true. It's so funny.
And ice cream. I think I have a higher chance of eating cheese than ice cream.
That's so fucking crazy to me. I mean, does that count froyo as well?
Like frozen yogurt?
Yeah.
Oh, yogurt's so disgusting to me.
Okay, so no, same shit. Okay, all right. I'm reading some of these tweets, by the way, from like the kids like talking about Fortnite. It's so funny. It's like there's actually people fighting over mobile Fortnite wins in my class.
Wow.
My school's Wi-Fi has ass ever since these jokers got Fortnite Mobile. So a lot of them are saying they blocked it already.
You know what these schools need to do is, first of all, why are they allowing kids to connect to the mobile, to Wi-Fi? They should be doing MAC address filtering, first of all.
Well, I don't know the reasoning, but I mean, they do allow kids to have phones in school now.
Which is mistake number one. They shouldn't be allowed.
We weren't allowed, dude. They would take that shit away from you, man.
Oh, yeah. If you showed your crappy little Nokia flip phone that you could drive over with a semi-truck and it'd still be fine, you'd get it taken, like, instantly.
You could have it back at summer.
Yeah.
Yeah, no shit. We got, I think this might be one of your boys here
Jay
in
Golbez.
the chat. Jay Golbez said, did a grown man actually say froyo? I might have, but I do have a defense. There's a place called Loyo, I think. I think it's called Loyo here in my town of Land O'Lakes. And so I'm constantly saying that or froyo or something like to talk about that place. So, yeah, it did sound a little whack. I apologize for my...
Well, so I guess I don't understand, like, is saying froyo a bad thing or something?
Yeah, so, sometimes they want to pull your man card for saying shit like that. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. My bad. I'll try not to let it happen again.
We're going to have to revoke your man card for saying froyo, I guess.
I know.
I didn't even know that was a thing. I'm so oblivious to so much stuff here. But yeah, Jay Golbez, he's been listening to Magic with Zuby, and he's a Magic buddy there.
Oh, nice. Let's see. Anything else reasonable worth even talking about on there? I guess the PUBG thing has fallen into the same category, so they're blocking all that shit at school. Yeah, I mean, honestly, dude, like if you were somewhere where you knew that it was frowned upon to play games and shit like that, wouldn't you just be on your cellular data, so that you don't get fucked with from the get-go?
Yeah, it'd be, why go through that hassle?
Yeah, totally. Totally. Let's see, what else we got, Matt? What else we got? Let's see.
We've got, we can talk real quick about Street Fighter coming to TV. And my first question is why?
Oh, mine too.
Is this going to be live action, or is it going to be like CGI or some shit?
God, I hope it's not live action, like Street Fighter the movie. Oh, Jean-Claude Van Damme. Oh,
dude, that movie was so terrible. I think Chun-Li, the actress who plays Chun-Li, is the only one who does the majority of the fighting. Even Jean-Claude Van Damme's character barely does any fighting in that movie.
It's pretty terrible. I mean, do you remember Street Fighter the movie, The Game?
Street Fighter the movie, The
Game. Yeah, so they made a Street Fighter game that was based on the movie that was based on the game.
That sounds really familiar. Street Fighter the movie.
It's like Street Fighter's chance to be like Mortal Kombat with pre-rendered graphics.
Okay, I remember this
terrible.
now. Okay. Yeah. Oh my god, oh dude, you made me forget all about this, or you made me remember, and I wanted to forget about this. Oh my god, why does Blanca look so skinny?
It's bad, right? Because that's not how we remember Blanca.
No, he's a big fat green guy that's like the Hulk.
Yeah.
Well, I shouldn't say fat. He's very muscular.
Sumo, I guess, would be maybe that's his preferred pronoun. Because you got to worry about that shit nowadays. Yeah, man, I don't know. I guess because money and because they can is why it's going to come to TV now. So everything has to get a fucking TV show. I didn't think there was enough story to Street Fighter anyways. You know what I mean? Like, I don't really care.
I don't even remember like any of the story of Street Fighter. It's always about what's his name, Bison, M. Bison, just trying to do something to the world. Or
always. Well, you want to know the story of Guile? The real, actual story of Guile?
Yeah, sure.
They needed somebody for the Americans to relate to, and it was bland. Hence Guile.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's how he was developed and chosen.
And Linksa in chat said that Mortal Kombat is one of the best video game movies, or was the best video game movie, and I have to agree. That was I still love that movie to that day, the Mortal Kombat movie.
It's, and I think I've said this before, it's actually kind of on the line of not watchable today. Only people like us can watch it because we watched it back in the day.
It is still watchable. It's very watchable.
All right, so take one of your kids, pick one, doesn't matter which one, put that on and sit them down in front of it and tell me how long they last.
Oh, well, they're going to get bored because they don't like martial arts movies.
Fair enough. Okay. Somebody that hasn't seen it. Anyways, I digress. I mean, I'll watch it. I watched it growing up, and I agree. Out of all the fighting game based movies, it was definitely the best.
Not just fighting based, but video game movies. Name a better video game movie besides Super Mario Brothers. All right.
I was gonna say that, although I don't know that it's necessarily better. That's a pretty fucking terrible movie.
No.
Too.
Super Mario Brothers, the video game movie, was absolutely bad.
Pretty fucking wretched. Gosh, I don't know, Matt. The Final Fantasy movie, which one was that? One that was based on like Final Fantasy VII? That's not terrible.
Yeah, that one wasn't bad. I thought you were going to talk about The Spirit Within.
No.
That was just so terrible. That was bad.
Stop it. No.
I mean, at the time, the CGI graphics were amazing because that's what Square's really known for. But yeah, the Final Fantasy VII Advent Children movie was pretty good.
Advent Children. I could not think of the name of that. Thank you. Yeah. Links in the chat says his dad loves The Spirits Within.
It's pretty bad.
Oh, that's funny. Let's see.
Final Fantasy VII movie, aka throw physics out the fucking window. Jay Golbez, I feel like you haven't watched a lot of anime before.
There you go.
Because
there you go.
All anime throws physics out the window.
Pretty much. I mean, their eyes, let alone.
I mean, I'm watching Dragon Ball Z again. You just have to understand that people fly. All right.
People fly no matter how strong the gravity.
And they can
planet.
generate energy out of their palms. So.
So I guess they're going to build the Street Fighter TV show on the fact that it's just been around for 25, 30 years. Okay. That doesn't mean it needs a TV show. I'll watch it just, initially to see. I don't expect it to be anything great. There's actually an interesting comment here where it talks about, that it's going to have a wide range of ethnicity and it's going to be diverse characters and stuff, which would actually make sense in today's climate.
Isn't Street Fighter itself already pretty diverse anyway?
Well, that's what they're saying. I think that's why they're thinking it makes a good base for a cartoon.
Okay.
But who's their demographic? Is it us? Because we're already pretty much not going to be into it.
I mean, I guess it would have to be
Kids don't play Street Fighter, dude.
Street Fighter fans, but I mean, I know the Street Fighter, fan base. It is pretty big in terms of in the fighting community, but I mean, it probably is one of the more popular fighting games too.
It is, but I mean, kids don't really play it. You've got some hardcore video game heads that still play the newest versions of Street Fighter, and they play it competitively and all that, and they do a great job, and they'll kick the shit out of any of us old timers in it. But for the most part, you ask most kids about Street Fighter, I know what the fuck it is, man. So I don't know if they're gonna put it towards us liking it, like we would be the demographic. It better kick ass. In fact, Linksa actually brought up a good point that the Castlevania Netflix series is actually really good.
Did you see that?
So I've watched the first episode. I got to finish. I think there's 4 because it was like a pilot thing. I do need to finish it, but from what I've seen, and honestly,
it was pretty good.
It completely slipped my mind to finish it. I'm glad that you brought that up because I'm going to watch that tonight now. But yeah, that's actually pretty good. That actually might be, and I haven't finished what's available yet, but so far it's probably one of the better video game adaptations, if not one of the best. So I'll let you know. Do we know? Are we going to get more of that?
Yeah, I know they're working on. I think they were working on trying to make it 10 or 12 episodes instead of 4 episodes, and it's. I don't know where they're at with that. That was like well over a year ago, I think.
Well, I mean, it takes a while to make shit like that, so I'm sure. Did you? I remember what I read is that show ended off like there should have been like it shouldn't have been the end of a series or end of a season. That it should have been like you should be going on to episode 5 directly. After.
Yeah.
Is that true?
It ends very abruptly, and
Gotcha.
Not trying to spoil anything, but it's very much like you need to see the next episode, and then it just ends like that, and you're just like, what the fuck.
Oh, Lynx is saying 12 episodes now. Okay, cool. All right, well that's fun. You know what comes back on tonight, Matt? Something that you still haven't watched.
What?
You guys, just so everybody's aware, by the way, out there, you can't
that?
tell Matt. You can't tell Matt to watch anything. By the way,
yeah, you can't.
The more you tell him, the less likely he is to ever actually watch it. So
what comes back on tonight? I have
to inception you is what I have to do to get you to watch things. Silicon Valley comes back on tonight, dude. I'm fucking stoked. I waited a whole year, talking about a year for shit to come out. Yeah. Anyways, I just figured I'd put that out there. I love that show.
I'm probably not gonna watch it
ever.
I'm watching Dragon Ball Z right now, and I'm probably gonna be watching it for like the rest of the year.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say. So in 4 years, you'll look for something new to watch.
Well, no, probably what I'll do is I'll probably go back to finishing Star Trek. So. For like the 5th or 6th time, because I love Star Trek.
I was going to say, I know you've seen all of them shits for a million. Oh, you know what? I guess I never put a number to it. I don't know why, but I never looked to see the total number of episodes. But the original series of Star Trek, 72 episodes. That's it.
Yeah, it's only 3 seasons because they got canceled towards the end because it was.
Right.
I mean, and be granted, 3rd season's pretty terrible. I mean, that's the season that has Spock's brain, where Spock loses his brain. And oh god, that was one of the worst episodes. Even the last episode, the Turnabout Intruder, is that what it's called? Mm-hmm. The very last one. Are you looking it up?
No, let me look it up right now.
I want to see if I'm right. But that's the one where Kirk gets a like mind. It's one of those like Freaky Friday episodes where his mind changes into another person's mind and he becomes a female. I forget her name. It's like Catherine or something.
Okay, I'm looking at screen caps. I remember this. Yep.
And it's that's probably one of the worst like last episodes of Star Trek. But the Star Trek movies make up for it. Yeah, the original Khan episode still holds up pretty well. And because that's in the 1st season. That's Space Seed. And the 1st season has one of the best Star Trek original series episodes as well too. The City of Tomorrow, or what is it called? The City. You're gonna make me look it up. The City of Forever.
So Kirk was hot.
That's a chick. Ooh, I was right. Turnabout Intruder is the very last episode.
It is. Oh, it's the last one. I didn't know it was the last one, but yeah, that's the one you were talking about where he turns into a chick, and she was hot.
Yeah, she wasn't bad.
Super 60s.
The City on the Edge of Forever. That's what it's called.
I remember that. Yep, I remember
that was one of my favorite. It's probably one of the best episodes. City on the Edge of Forever, Space Seed, the one with Charlie X in it, which is called Charlie X. Mud's Women is really good. The Menagerie Part 1 and 2, which is basically a callback to the very original pilot of Star Trek. Corbinite Maneuver, all of them are just really good. We should start like a Star Trek podcast because
we really could.
So Link's hold on. This is a good one. Link's is asking, I need to know your favorite Star Trek episodes across all series. Do you want to go, or
I don't know. I'll have to look them up as we go. I don't know names of them, but yeah, we can do that.
Here, I'll do it. I'll do it real quick. Original series, City on the Edge of Forever, or the City on the Edge of Tomorrow. Next gen is Measure of a Man. Voyager would be there's a few of them. What is it called? I think it's at the end of season 4, I want to say. Is it no, not Hope and Fear, or is it at the end of season 3? It was one of the 2-parters, or is it season 5? It was. Oh my god, what is it? It was a 2-parter episode. It was the one where basically the ship gets destroyed, and Scorpion. It was Scorpion, wasn't it? Where No,
I'm not sure.
Okay, I'm forgetting the name of the episode. I gotta look at. I know what episode I'm thinking of, but I forget. Deep Space Nine would probably definitely be. God, it's the one episode where Cisco he wakes up and he's like a like 1950s writer, and he's writing about the show of Deep Space Nine. Oh, In the Pale Moonlight.
In the Pale Moonlight, is that what it's called?
Yeah.
I know the episode you're talking about. I haven't.
No.
That's
Oh wait, no. It's not In the Pale Moonlight. That's the one that's the This is a fake. Where Cisco really has to go back and forth on whether or not he's going to sabotage a Romulan ship.
Gotcha. Okay.
Fuck, what is it? Is it Far Beyond the Stars? Yeah, it's Far Beyond the Stars is Deep Space Nine. And then for Enterprise, oh God, what's the name? It's the one where it shows the Klingons how they got the human form, and I think that's in season 3. Season 4. I think it was, because I really enjoyed that one because it has it's a 2-parter episode in season 4. I want to say.
I really wish I was prepped for this, 'cause I don't know the names of any of my favorite episodes. I'm literally trying to look them all up right now. I found 2 so far.
Okay. Or was it season 3? Oh, Affliction. That's what it's called.
So which one is that now?
That's season 4, Affliction, where it talks about how they like how the Klingons became human. They got that virus. They call them like semi-Klingons.
Gotcha. Okay. So I've got 3 ready to go, and actually one of them isn't exactly my favorite, but because I'm rewatching Deep Space Nine, it's my current favorite one.
Yeah.
And I watched it back in the day, so forgive me, I'm still kind of going through it, and I'm sure it'll change. But so until I recently started going through Deep Space Nine again, I always had like all these like conflicts in my head about Dax, because Dax is part slug from previous lives and part current host or whatever. And I completely fucking forgot that there was an episode called Dax that kind of addressed a lot of what it is and thinks and works and how it does. Because I was always thinking like I don't know why, but I was always thinking like that the slug thing controlled her and like that person was gone. That's actually not true. So like I would always have like every time Dax was in an episode, I would always like think about like what kind of shit that person wasn't getting to experience, and then how selfish that is. But like when you watch the Dax episode, it actually breaks it down and explains it. And I recently watched that like a couple weeks ago. So I know there's better episodes. Like I like when the war starts happening and shit like that in Deep Space Nine. But that one was really cool to see recently, because it kind of like answered a lot of the questions, and it stopped me having that internal fucking conflict and battle. So that was kind of nice. Yeah,
the Trill. They're an interesting one. I like the first episode they were ever first introduced, and that was in Next Gen, where Riker had to take one of the Trills inside him because they were trying. They had some ambassador of the Trill, and his host was dying, and he had to put the Trill inside him, and that was an interesting episode.
I vaguely remember that. Okay. All right. Jay Golbez, you're asking why people would have a slug put inside them. It is explained, actually, and it's not everybody of their species. It's like the best of the best get to do it. It's like an honor. And basically what happens is why you would want to do it as you meld with that person, right? And then part of you will live on in that slug thing forever in the next iteration, and so on and so forth. So it's almost a way to become somewhat eternal, I guess, is probably the best way to explain it. If you watch that episode, it'll tell you. It's literally called Dax. It's in the first season of Deep Space Nine. I think it's like episode 8. That's exactly why those. It's kind of a way to live forever, and it's considered an honor. And I feel a lot better about it now that person doesn't go away. Because I was kind of thinking they would, like when the slug takes over, it's like this new being takes over, but that's not how it is. So I don't know why I always kind of thought that, but
yeah, you need to really watch Star Trek Discovery. I really enjoyed that.
I watched like the first 2 episodes of it. I just can't get into it, man. I don't know why.
It gets better. It gets better. Trust me.
It's very well done. It's not done shittily, you know.
No.
Really quick, let's get back to just keeping on Star Trek, but let's talk about video games for a second. Did you ever play the Star Trek Voyager video game that was on PC?
Nope.
Came out like early 2000s. Oh,
no, I played
really
Star
bad.
Trek Online for a few weeks.
A few weeks.
It was bad.
Is there any good Star Trek games? I don't know that there is.
I think there's one. I can't remember if it's Nintendo or Super Nintendo. I think it's just called Star Trek, where you're going from planet to planet using the tricorder to. It's original Star Trek, and you're going around trying to find something, and you keep constantly getting killed in the swamp because it's really bad and terrible. So no, there hasn't been a really good Star Trek game.
I was wondering where you were going with that. I'm like, wait, this doesn't sound good at all.
No, there actually were a few older Star Trek games on the PC. That would basically allow you to simulate. It's sort of similar to that new Star Trek game, that Bridge Crew. That there were games like that you could simulate. Being on the Star Trek bridge and with the Enterprise and all that. But I'd have to remember the names of them.
I heard it's a good tech demo. You're talking about the VR one, right? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, but there were older games that were really based on that.
Gotcha.
That Bridge Crew based themselves on the older ones.
I heard that's at best is a really good tech demo, though.
It's
cool, but it's not. Yeah. It's not what it could be.
Yeah, I actually picked up a Star Trek PC game probably like a year or two ago, and it's a shipbuilding game. And,
I remember that.
Yeah, I need to one day try to figure out how to play it because I think it only runs on Windows 95 and all that.
So I played it so long ago. I don't really remember like the point. Like I do remember I built some shit here or there. It's okay. It's really limited, especially with how like we have building games now and stuff. It's gonna be kind of hard for you to play. You're gonna get super bored of it pretty quick. Probably. But at the time, being a big Trekkie, it was kind of cool. Really quick here, so I'll give you guys my other 2 episodes. I just wanted to kind of bring it back to gaming for a second, just so we don't lose anybody. But my favorite Voyager episode is, and I can't believe I found this by Googling what I did, but it's called Critical Care, and it's when the Doctor is stolen. Like they take his mobile emitter.
I remember that.
And they force him to like treat people and shit like that. I just thought it was cool that he was stolen. I don't know why. I liked when he got his mobile emitter and he can move around and go other places and shit. I always thought that was fucking cool.
So I remembered my favorite Voyager episode, or the name of it, Year of Hell.
Year of Hell.
It's a 2-parter in season 4. I knew it was in season 4, where it's basically shows the Voyager ship slowly getting destroyed, and then of course at the very end they find some temporal anomaly and fix the ship back again or whatever, some shit.
Gotcha. I remember that. Do you remember when they found they came across like Neelix's like planet he was on, and it was like all like
you're talking
desert
about near the end? Or
yeah. I don't know when it was, but it was like, I know there was like, they didn't have water, and like Neelix was like, maybe it wasn't his people, but he could relate to them maybe. And like, they like just used the replicators and they beamed down and like made some giant, tanks of water for these people or whatever.
That was the first episode of Voyager with,
is it?
Yeah. 'Cause it was the,
holy shit.
The one people with Tess or Kess. The people only live like 2 years old, and it was the Kazon who wanted who wanted all the water. No, Neelix's planet was like destroyed or something like that, and he eventually found his people back in the last season, and they were all living like underground, and he ended up staying with some chick and his kid.
I found it. It's Homestead. Was the name of that episode? Yeah. Okay. You're right. So I was thinking of Kess's people or whatever. My favorite episode of Next Gen, and again, this is another thing that rewatching Deep Space Nine, and this is just kind of twisted in my own way, has made me now really like this episode. It was always a decent episode, but the best of both worlds. That's when Picard becomes Locutus when he gets assimilated.
Yeah.
Why I like that is because you forget that Sisko originally hated Picard because it was the ship that Locutus was either commanding or was on that destroyed and killed Sisko's wife.
Yeah.
And it's just so twisted. What's that?
Wolf 359 is it?
Yeah,
that system.
So it's just really funny because it's like, when I watched that the first time, you wouldn't think that was going to come in contact with something else later on. I don't know. It's just kind of neat to watch after the fact and see them kind of tie together. And it was a cool episode anyways when he became
it was.
That. I think it was a little too convenient that they were able to unborgify him back to being fucking perfect how he was, yet 7 of 9 is a fucking train wreck.
Well,
granted, that's what she knew because she was little.
I can do two defenses for that. One, for a show defense, is he was not Borg for very long compared to 7 of 9. And then 2, you also have to remember Next Gen was made from the very beginning to be syndicated, so each episode could have its own, conclusion to each one. Whereas the later series were definitely more continuations, especially Deep Space Nine.
Well, Deep Space Nine really, I think like season 2 or 3, it really turns into that hardcore. Season 1 is still a little traditional, Deep Space Nine. But yeah, for sure. But anyways, that's the only ones I could find. I'm not going to spend the entire episode trying to look up all that stuff because I just don't know them off the top of my head. But did we scratch the Star Trek itch?
A little bit. I could still talk some more Star Trek. Honestly,
do we start binging this and then start a podcast just on Star Trek?
No, because I'm still binging Dragon Ball Z, and I can't binge two shows right now.
So maybe I start binging Dragon Ball and get caught up with you, and we start a Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
Okay, I can do that.
We can talk about our battle powers, what we think our battle powers are in real life.
Yes. Let's go totally fucking overblown fantasy.
Yeah, I think I average about a 5 to 10.
Okay, so another news topic that we had is Overwatch. The League player code of conduct was leaked. It's not super duper new knowledge, but it's not. It was updated as of Friday. This is really fucked up, Matt. Like, they're just like taking advantage of people. And this kind of goes back to the episode where we talked about a little bit about competitive gaming and what it's like for the people that are the actual gamers and shit versus the companies. I understand there's not huge amounts of money to give out to every pro player and so on and so forth. I get that. And you really need to shine to be worth it. And, I get that. I'm not saying that. But, man, Blizzard is, and I don't mean to talk bad about your sponsor, Matt.
Gotta watch out.
I know. We're gonna breach your conduct, your code of conduct you have with them. But
I know,
man, they really keep their players down in Overwatch. If you read the way this shit is worded, like they don't. Basically, you can't do shit. Like if you play Overwatch, and that's all you do. You can't play other shit. I mean, technically you can, but you can't talk about it.
Well, I think it's they're more talking about you can't stream like other.
Well, no, you can't publicly talk about any other game was one of the stipulations in there. Like you can't say that you even bought a game. Like they literally say that, not in public, not in a public manner. So you couldn't be on your own Twitter or something because that's technically out in the public. Like that's kind of crazy if you ask me, and I think that's pretty wrong. I think it's wrong, too, that they have the rights to, with the exception of them being in the bathroom, these people agreed to, they can essentially turn their lives into a reality show at any point they want. Blizzard can turn the Overwatch players' lives into a reality show at any moment that they want, with the exception of when they're in the bathroom. What? Like, talk about capitalizing and making money off people and just treating them like shit and keeping them down. I mean, you're pretty screwed, man. If you take this deal. I mean, I know it's super popular right now, but man, it just goes towards my whole thinking that we talked about earlier is like, man, I don't think being a pro gamer is fucking worth it, dude.
I mean, it really depends on the game. I mean, with games like Overwatch, League of Legends, and Dota, you do have a